Tonight on the North American Friends Movie Club.
A deranged general.
A top secret plan.
And an unstoppable doomsday device.
We watched the 1964 political satire, black comedy, Dr. Strangelove.
So, pour yourself a glass of rainwater.
And don't forget the grain alcohol.
Because this podcast is a big old bomb.
And your ears are about to get blown up.
Good. Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is what it sounds like when we do a podcast. We're currently doing one. This is the North American Friends Movie Club, and you might notice something about the name of our show. And that's Friends comes before Movie Club, because it's far more important to us. So I have to ask my two little ambassadors. How we doing?
You guys, it's been forever. We haven't
It's been 16 or 17 years.
Ugh.
I had to, last week, we didn't have a show. It was my fault because I had to cancel. And because I'm moving. And
I didn't know you're moving. Did I know you were moving?
Yeah.
And that's why you're doing all the house stuff.
Yeah. I got to sell this fucking house. And everything just kind of piled up on me. And then a bird flew into Nate's window. And it started pecking at buttons. And it ripped a wire out. And it was a very important wire. It's the wire that records
Podcast
our voices.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the podcast wire was plucked out, which worked out well for me because I had a bunch of... So that's my fault and the bird's fault. We apologize for last week. But we're back this week.
And we're back.
And we're back.
So where are you moving to, Brent? I feel like I remember you telling us once, and maybe...
Just moving down at the end of the current street I live on. I'm buying my father-in-law's house.
Oh, is this a bigger house than yours? Is there more bathrooms?
Yes, and yes.
All right.
It's a big, big house, and it's exactly what we want. And it worked. Timing worked out perfectly, so we're doing it. But unfortunately, that requires us to get this one ready to sell.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of work. It's just a lot of... You accumulate... so much shit in a house that you're in for 17 years.
Yeah, you do.
It didn't even take us 17 years. Like, our house is just, it's full. We filled it right up in like 5.
And when you're trying to unfill it, it's trouble.
What have you found that you forgot that you had?
Melissa found a framed picture of me wearing a bandana hugging my old dog that didn't like Melissa.
What was the name of that dog?
Bucko.
Bucko.
Yeah. So that was a nice find. Melissa looked at me the other day, and this is how you know we were getting just tired and stuff. She's like, will you help me go through the DVDs and pick up ones we want to keep? I'm like, no, because we're not keeping any DVDs. What the hell am I going to do with the DVD?
Now, since we are a movie podcast and our audience is almost completely nerds, they're going to be furious to hear this. You know that, right?
Well, yeah, that's the last worry I have, because I'm not going through like...
Good.
I know there was a 40-year-old virgin DVD I had.
You know what you can do? I took mine out of the cases and I just have them in a CD. Like, I have a small CD thing full of my DVDs. Yeah. So I haven't thrown them away, even though I have not and do not currently own a DVD player. But I have my DVDs still.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, no, we're not.
It would be hard for me to make physical media play at my house. Yeah, that's true.
And so what else do I find? Just a lot. I got rid of all my clothes that, you have clothes that you don't wear. And you say, oh, maybe I'll wear that someday.
Yeah, I try not to do that.
I got rid of them all.
Yeah.
I got rid of it all.
That feels good. You feel lighter when you do that, I feel like.
I feel heavier because I threw away all the shirts that were mediums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in your big boy stage.
I'm not a medium guy anymore.
You're a large boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
That's hard to hear.
Is it?
No, it's hard. It's tough. That one's tough.
As a person who has been a size large since she exited the womb, I don't know. It's fine, guys.
Yeah, I've always been kind of an extra large. So, but Brent had his medium days.
That's fair, but I don't think he needs one more thing to feel bad about himself about. Like, you're great, Brent. Like, you're a beautiful man.
I don't know that.
What?
Oh, thank you. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Think about this, Brent. What's better? Half a sandwich or a whole sandwich?
You're calling me the whole sandwich.
The whole sandwich, bud.
You get the whole meal.
I'm a beautiful man and a whole sandwich. I don't think this is good stuff. I've started a new thing that I'm concerned about, and I'm falling like an old person.
Like you're physically falling?
Yeah, I fall.
Describe like a fall.
Well, he got a concussion once from falling.
So I had 3 falls in the last week. I only remember 2 of them. One was I was coming out of the bedroom and I slipped and half my body landed in the hall and half my body stayed in the bedroom. And I was just in underwear when that happened. So that was rough.
Little walrus work.
Little walrus work. So Melissa had to come down and see that. And then yesterday I was trying to move a box with Melissa and we were taking it out the back. And I was the first person, so I was walking backwards and I went to put my foot down and the foot just gave out and I went down and the box fell on top of me.
What was that?
Melissa said, "Are you?" Yes, it was a box full of electronics,
like old DVDs.
Old DVD players and stuff. Yeah, and it fell on me. She said, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I said, "Yes," and then she walked in the house.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just under a box of old DVD players and fucking CD players and shit. So I've been falling.
What was your third fall?
Yeah, what's the third fall that you forgot?
I don't remember. I remember 2 of the 3.
But it's just the body keeps the score.
The body keeps the score.
Yeah, that's the ultimate scorekeeper is the body.
Bessel van Polk. That's the PTSD book. The body keeps the score.
Sure.
It is.
All right,
well, I didn't know if Nate, I think Nate knew that. Is that why you said that?
Of course. It was great. Awesome. It was like just a classic A+ Nate joke.
It was.
Working on multiple levels.
That's good.
Brett didn't understand it, but he understood it, It all worked.
Oh, I just go along with anything you guys could have the ultimate bit by talking about smart stuff and me just go along with it, but you guys fabricate the whole thing and I would just go along with it. Yeah.
I would never use my intelligence for evil in that way.
Yeah.
That's what intelligence is used for.
Well, not when you have ethics and boundaries and morals.
Well, that's where you're the sucker.
Okay.
What else has happened to me this week? Oh, I had wrestling. We had wrestling.
Oh yeah. Wasn't there someone
Saturday.
famous?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to hang out with Tito Santana.
How was he?
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Jeremy got very upset with me on the way out. We had to go to his meet and greet he had the night before. And Jeremy's like, you're going to get a picture taken with Tito? I'm like, no. And he's like, why? I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to. He's like, it's Tito Santana. I'm like, so? He's like, so you're going to be rude to him? I'm like, no. He goes, what if he asked you for a picture? I'm like, why would he ask for a picture with me? And he couldn't understand. I'm like, Jeremy, he's a 70 whatever year old man. Like, what am I going to get a picture for with him? Jeremy's like, well, I'm getting my picture taken with him. I'm like, yeah, well, that's fine. And so Jeremy was so upset I didn't get a picture taken with Tito Santana. I'm like,
maybe Jeremy wanted a picture of you with him.
Yeah, he did to make fun of me.
No,
I know my child. Yes, he admitted it.
Oh,
he's like, I was going to meme the picture of you and Tito Santana all the time. I'm like, he's like, he was just never my favorite wrestler. He was just a guy that came to the ring and yelled Arriba, and I'm like, his name was Tito, and
he
Jeremy's like,
yelled Arriba
because he's Mexican. Yeah, that was his thing.
Is he actually Mexican?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
We hope
Sure
so.
hope so.
We hope so.
So yeah, hung out with Tito Santana. I never spoke to him at his plate after that.
Well, why did you have a photo of his shirts? You said you were helping him with his bag.
I wasn't helping him. I was helping us because it was a meet and greet, and I had to sit with his luggage suitcase with his merch in it, so no one fucked with it.
Oh.
Which was very funny because Nick thought that he just had a bunch of Strike Force t-shirts and that's all he wore.
Well, that was his
very
joke.
funny.
I think he knew that.
Oh, okay. So I had 2 bags of ketchup chips. I didn't have any pizza. I had 2 beer. I had a candy cone, which is just a bag of candy. And what kind of bar did I have? Oh, Hershey's with almonds.
Ooh,
That
with almonds.
Sounds less than previous times.
Because it was busy. It was the last show of the year. And it was
couldn't chow down as much.
Santana was there. And I was super busy.
Less soda.
Slinging the stuff. Yeah, we sold out of everything.
Wow.
There was a little girl that was dressed up as a referee. And
Adorable.
she got Jeremy's autograph. And I got a picture of her and Jeremy in the ring together.
Oh my
God. She was very happy.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, and he signed an autograph for her.
You said that.
Yeah. Oh, did I? Yeah. He was signing autographs left and right.
Can you
weekend.
imagine someone asking you for your freaking autograph? That'd be
It's going to happen to
crazy.
you before long, Kate.
Yeah.
You're like the beloved member of the show.
That was Travie 2 years ago.
Yeah, think about that. That was 100 episodes ago, Kate. We get at least half a listener per episode. So, you know?
It's
fair.
I'm surprised. Yeah, you'll definitely be the first person to sign an autograph, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, I highly doubt I'll ever sign an autograph.
It's going to be like, now that we said it, we're talking like T-minus 8 months. It's going to happen.
I want it to be because I've written a book and people want me to sign the book I've written.
You are writing a book every week, of an audio book, basically.
Yeah, probably the book I write
chapters.
is not going to be a comedy, though. Not that I'm like hilarious.
Not that this
Nobody
is.
wants to read sad shit. What else did I do? I did that. Moving, falling. I started the Ed Gein monster series last night.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
I was 20 minutes into the first episode. And I said, I'm going to get upset. This is going to be obsessive for me. So that's a hole we're going to have to dig in a few.
How many episodes have you watched?
Just most of the first one. I'm so fucking into it. And it's going to be a problem for everybody.
It gets weird.
Well, I mean.
But even like the narrative format, like the plotting gets weird.
Okay, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Other than that, nothing else is new. Still off the piss bucket. Still
Yay!
going
Got a boy.
We're proud of you.
So what happened?
What happened? Volleyball. I had no idea that my daughter is into sports. And so
there you go.
Juliet has joined a volleyball rec league, and it's for 4th and 5th grade girls, and they're like all learning to play like they've not played before. And she's killing it. She's doing great. She's like the best one, or like tied to be the best one on the team. And I'm so proud of her.
Because she's probably pretty close to the tallest, right?
They're all, no, I mean,
okay,
the girls,
they're catching up.
Yeah. The girls are all they're all tall girls. I mean, there's some short girls, but yeah, she's in 5th grade and is like 5'1". So so I was so proud of her the last game because the coach had her serving first. And I was like, oh, okay. And she does a great job serving underhand. So then after the game, I was like bragging on her. And then later, and I was like telling our whole family that like the coach put her in first. And then later on, she was like, well, I asked the coach if I could serve first.
There you go.
Listen,
I was like, either way, queen. I love that confidence.
That's the sign of a champion. He wants the ball.
That's
you got to
right.
pull me off that mound, Kate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get off the mound.
So I thought that was cute, and I like her so much. Let me look at my other note. It related to baseball or related to sports. So the coach of my stepson's competitive baseball team, the coach went to coaching camp, right?
Coach
Does that
camp.
make sense? Coach camp.
Yep.
To learn how to coach better. And it has worked, and the team is playing so much better. So I think that's a lesson that maybe it's not always the children, it's the coaching they're receiving.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a thought.
I think leadership's important. It's underrated.
Apparently so. They are hitting so much better. Like that, their coach must have learned something about hitting, because they were probably getting like maybe 5 hits a game previously. In this season, this fall ball, they are getting like 15. So something changed.
See, but all these kids want to be there and do good and are super into it, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's why he's a good coach. Because when I coached, it was just Little League. And I was teaching, I told the story before, I think. I was teaching Jeremy how to turn double plays. And these were only small kids. So I was teaching, positioning and all that. I was really into it. And then when we got to our first game, one kid showed up in a bathing suit. So it doesn't really matter how good you are as a coach. You got one kid showing up in a bathing suit.
Well, I'm saying like this is a coach that like he's choosing to do this. Like he's coached competitively for over a decade, and he's still going to get coaching help, which I like. One of the tournaments, Nick was asked by their coach to keep watch on who out of their team played the best defensively, because the coach was going to like recognize them. And it just so and it was of course Cooper. But Nick kept talking about it. He was like, well, I can't give it to Cooper because then he'll think of it. But then Cooper did so many amazing things that it was like, obviously Cooper. So Nick liked that.
I don't know. I
believe it. This. No, I believe that Nick didn't want it to be Cooper, and Cooper made himself undeniable. He said, look.
That's exactly what happened. Yep.
He made Nick choose. Nick didn't have the choice himself.
Right.
He made the decision for Nick.
He played so good, he made his father embarrass himself. There was no other choice but to embarrass himself for the truth.
I like that.
Two of my dear friends are, and I've been friends with them since college. We've known each other 20 years. And their wedding videographer was the same wedding videographer that Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco just used.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So I am getting asked for autographs soon.
Like you're basically there, Kate. You're basically there.
You're hobnobbing with Benny Blanco. I mean, what else do you want to do? Like,
I really like
1 degree away from Benny Blanco.
Yeah, Brent said Benny Blanco instead of Selena Gomez. I like that. You know what? She gets a lot of shine. Let's give him a little love. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's, he has to, I'm sure he gets a lot of jokes about the way he looks and, getting a good bride like he did.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's hard to feel bad for him.
Oh, I like Benny Blanco.
Me too.
Okay.
I like any nice boy.
I love a nice boy.
He's a nice boy.
He seems like a nice boy. Yeah.
So Nick's lighter it was very low. And so I said, here, I'll fix it. And he was like, what do you mean? And so then I took the metal band off and I moved the thing and I made it. And then Nick accused me of being addicted to crack cocaine.
Yeah, that is. It's one of those moves that's like, how exactly did you know this, ma'am?
Yeah, it is sketchy. Anytime, that's like there's manipulation of
made a crack
lighters
lighter.
And yeah.
But I've been doing that for fun since I was a teen.
Listen, that's a Festus classic. They call that the Festus Flame.
Oh shit. So then we need to what is yours called, Nate? God,
it's called the Weekly Report, of course.
Weekly Report.
Wow, Weekly Report.
Weekly Report. Weekly Report.
My dance continues, and it's getting pretty crazy over here. I feel like my dance has reached a level now where if I dance next to other people, it would humiliate them.
For sure.
Like, even if I was like trying to like hold it back, do you know what I mean? Like, imagine a major league pitcher like trying to play catch. It's still probably going to be pretty fast. Like, there's no way to throw it slow. And that's like my ass. There's no way to throw it slow.
There's no way to throw it slow. I love it.
And to that end, it's time. There's been one part of dancing that I've been really resisting because I just didn't feel like I was ready yet. But I've started working it into my dancing. You know, of course, my hips, I've been working them left to right. A lot of left to right hips. Mm-hmm. But it's time. It's time for the forbidden hips. I've started to also work my hips front to back as well.
That's
Patrick Swayze in the house.
Yeah, it's pretty steamy in the room. I actually did get a humidity alert the other day while I was dancing in the room because it was the thermostat was like, "Is there maybe a leak in your room? Because it's gotten humid in there very quickly." And it was
couldn't even use your phone. It had to cool down before.
Forbidden hips. Yeah. My left to right, my right hip is very sexy. My left hip is not quite as sexy. So I've been doing double left hip work.
Got to loosen it up.
For every right hip work. I go one righty, cha-ching, then I do two left swirls. That's just, I gotta.
Oh, you're swirling. Okay, good.
You know, like like imagine I like hold my hands above my head and I move my left hip seductively, you know? Imagine that.
Yes. I like to think of you as doing kind of a cabaret or a burlesque, like maybe we need
kicks,
some
cans. Sure, I will. I do.
Maybe some chair work.
Oh, Kate, I never thought of that. Ooh.
You know, like think of the musical Chicago. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I've been thinking West Side Story the whole time.
The thing is, chairs are a big part of musicals because we're all thinking of different musicals.
Yeah. Chair work. Chair dancing.
Okay. So yeah, you might be hearing about that next week. We'll see. Listen, one step at a time, literally dancing. I've been reading a big fat book. The last 2 weeks and I'm almost done. I'm reading Jack London's Stories of Adventure, stories about Alaska and the Yukon.
See, that would get me want to do it, though.
Oh, it does. It's both. It's like one of the things, like all of the stories are horrific, and they're all about a guy like you who was like, he heard about the Arctic, and he thought he wanted to go do it. And then like 8 pages later, he's like, he started chewing on the caribou bones that the wolves had left because he was starving so fucking bad because he did such a shit job planning. That's almost all the stories.
I don't know if that's a guy like me. I think I would be a little better.
The funniest part of reading this book is even though every story is like, and then he died in the snow because he should never have been there. I'm like, but I'm built different. I probably could do it, you know?
So really, they always die in the Jack London books?
Or not always die, but like a happy ending to a story was like, okay, this guy, he's like starving. He's like wandering out of the woods and he twists his ankle and his friend leaves him. And he's like dragging himself, trying to find back to where their canoe was. And then he has a bag of gold and he keeps like getting rid of the gold more and more because it becomes more and more heavy until he finally he's like so wild with trying to survive. He throws all the gold away and he starts crawling. And then this like really ill wolf starts following him. And like every time the man falls asleep, the sick wolf like walks up to him and like licks his face and starts like trying to bite him. And then
oh my God,
the guy like finally like tricks the wolf and grabs the wolf and bites him in the neck and drinks his blood and gets enough energy to like crawl himself to this ship in the bay. And then they put him on the ship and the crew is like, he keeps getting fat. Like, what is going on? And it's because like every night he keeps sneaking out and stealing food and filling his mattress with food. And then he gets back to San Francisco and he's like too scared to leave all the food that he left in his bunk. And that's like a happy ending. That's like one of the happier endings of the Jack London story.
That is bleak. Yeah.
It was good.
What do you like about that? Just the adventure and like.
The thing I like about it is that it was like really stupid and crazy and a terrible idea. And also it required like everybody to be the hardest kind of humans that we can possibly be. So you're like, we're being as stupid as we can be and as like crazy, unkillable as we can be. Like when we decide we want to do it, we really do. And then I would say the other thing I really like about it is that instead of calling stuff food, they call it grub. Everyone's like, let's go get some grub. Let's feed the dog some grub. Go down to the grub house. I'd say that's the other thing I like about it a lot.
I don't like when they say chow time.
Ooh, yeah. I haven't seen chow show up in the first 300 pages here. It's all grub. Only grub.
I feel like we should people should go back to calling it supper.
Well, I mean, sometimes.
Do we not call it supper?
I call it supper. Do you call it supper, Kate?
No, I think I call it dinner.
Dinner, yeah. I'm usually hitting.
Yeah, see, nah.
Yeah. You're right.
Supper sounds better.
I call it my PM meal.
Ooh.
No, I don't.
I was going to say
evening munch.
Nerd.
Y'all talk about evening munch?
My evening food. I don't know. My evening digest. My evening digest.
Ooh. C'est magnifique. I told you guys about squat rot last week.
Yeah. Arm, squat
rot and arm. Yeah. I was a little bit worried about it because I had a 300 squat day on Friday. And I did 300 squats, did them with the extra heavy band. That's extra heavy. It's got X/TRA, extra heavy.
Ooh,
nice.
And I was like, I wanted to do anything to avoid it. So after I finished the 300 squats, I forced myself to dance. I did my hostage dance, like if someone's holding me hostage at a gun and making me dance.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I did it for 25 minutes. And the next day, I went out to my friend's acreage to do some Amish work. I didn't feel a twinge of squat rot. I think I might have figured out the cure to squat rot.
It.
Let's back it up just a scotch. You went to your friends to do Amish work?
Yeah, I was doing some Amish work. We took
What's that mean?
We tore down a barn and then reclaimed the nails from all the lumber. It felt really Amish. Like I was using a hammer that had a flat side and a round side. You know, you know what I'm saying?
What are you doing with those nails?
Well, the nails get thrown out. And I was very proud of myself for making it through. Like I had pulled 200 nails out of boards and I didn't get one cut. Not even one single cut.
Did you have gloves on?
I was wearing gloves and I ripped the gloves quite a bit, but didn't cut myself.
I think people would enjoy doing things more if they just wore gloves, because I find wearing leather gloves anytime I'm doing any kind of like yard or like house maintenance work, like it's wonderful.
And yeah, that's the weekly report.
Speaking of gloves,
nice, Kate.
We had a character with some gloves.
We watched my movie this week for this month, which is actors playing multiple roles. And I chose Dr. Strangelove, one of my favorite movies of all time. And I would love if Kate would tell us what happens in this movie.
I was really going to try to be a turd about it and make you do it, Nate.
I mean, I can do it.
I would love for you to, because I want to do this justice. So I think you should do it. Okay.
I've watched this movie so many times. It should be easy for me. I'll probably get distracted and it'll probably take almost as long as the movie. Let's see how it goes. There's a general named General Ripper at an Air Force base in America. And he orders a special secret plan called Attack Plan R. And this plan means that his entire squadron is going to head into Russian territory and drop their nuclear bombs. This takes place, thermonuclear bombs, and this takes place during the 60s. And there's a British Air Force captain who's on the base with him who recognizes that this general has actually lost his mind and decided to send a first strike nuclear attack against Russia to start World War III and hopefully force the American government into just going all out. Once they realize it's too late, that they'll just throw all the bombs at Russia and blow up the entire country. And so the president and his generals all gather together in the war room to try and come up with a plan of how to stop this crazy general. And they decide to invite the Russian ambassador and get the Russian prime minister on the phone and to tell him the plan so that Russia doesn't lose their mind. And meanwhile, the army is trying to break into General Ripper's base so that they can get this special code from him to recall the planes. Eventually, the General Ripper kills himself. The army finds his notebook and gets his code, and the order to stop the bombing is issued. Except there's one plane that has had its radio damaged and it does not receive the message. At the very same time, they all find out the Russians have a secret device called the doomsday device. And if a thermonuclear bomb drops anywhere in Russia, it'll set off a chain reaction that will kill the entire world in a doomsday cloud. And so everyone is panicking. They're trying as hard as they can to stop this plane. They get the entire Russian Air Force to try and shoot down this plane, but the intrepid crew manages to drag this thing along just far enough to drop their bomb and thereby detonate and set off the doomsday device. And the movie ends with hundreds of nuclear bombs exploding all over the world, and the horrible generals and the crazy Dr. Strangelove talking about digging a giant or going down to the deepest mine shaft and trying to survive down there for 100 years as the world is covered in radioactive debris. The end.
So good. Very good.
I feel like I got it all.
Yeah.
You did great.
Oh, 100%.
Well, let's talk about our favorite parts.
Let's talk about it.
I thought I was going to hate this movie. I was kind of confused at first. This is great stuff. This is great movie.
I was very curious. It was while I was watching it, I was like, this, because usually if I like love something, you guys aren't going to hate it. Like it's you might not love it as much as me, but it's pretty rare. But this was one of those movies like, I have no idea how you two are going to react to this movie. So was your first time, Brent? Was it your first time, Kate?
Yes, it was.
Wow. And what did you think?
I was delighted because it feels so current.
Mm-hmm.
Like the story and the way it's filmed feels so fresh, and you can really see how this film has inspired modern cinema. Like it's like I saw Wes Anderson in there, like
for sure.
The framing, like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I
don't think anybody could say it better than what Kate just described it as right there.
Thanks.
Yes. So that's the show, guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Who's movie next week?
Yes.
Your description is perfect because 50 some odd years later, this movie could come out today and it'd be like, oh, this is based on current events. It still rings true to people's fear and fear mongering of the government and everything else, and how silly it actually all is in the grand scheme of things, which is depressing in a way that we're still in that situation.
Well, especially like the ineptitude is the thing that like stands out so much of how like flawed and like petty and small all these powerful men are. And then it's just impossible, or was for me impossible, not to like recast it with current people. You're just like, okay, well, General Turgison is obviously fucking Pete Hegseth. And fucking even like the president is kind of Trumpy. Like he's not Trumpy in Trump's like evilness, but when he's talking on the phone to the Russian prime minister, he like, there was just this moment where I could imagine Trump being like, now Vlad, how do you think I feel about it? Well, how do you think I feel about it? Like, it was just one of those moments where it was like Stephen Miller as fucking Dr. Strangelove sitting in the corner in the dark with his fucking like weird little body. Like it's just one of those movies where you're like, it was using something that was happening right at the moment, and it was so specifically about that, but it's also so specifically about the like impotence of all these powerful people.
I also discovered that Tim Robinson stole his whole act from the character Bucky.
What do you mean?
Buck Turgidson?
Yeah, that's exactly how Tim Robinson. Yeah, that's how Tim Robinson acts. That's every Tim Robinson sketch.
Oh, you're right, actually.
Bucky Turgidson. It's like I was like watching. There's points in the movie I was like, oh, "Fuck, man, that's Tim Robinson." I like had to stop. I'm like, "What the fuck's going on here?" It's Tim Robinson. Especially there was a part in, I forget the exact part, but it was right around the part where the Russian ambassador was being introduced, and Bucky was so mad. And he kept on saying things, and I'm like, "That's exactly a Tim." I think you should leave sketch right there.
He's going to see the big board.
You cannot watch this movie now and not see Tim Robinson, because it's literally Tim Robinson stole his whole act from this guy, which is absolutely hilarious.
I bet that he doesn't like this movie is culturally ubiquitous, right? Like. It inspired things that inspired things that inspired things. Like that's my perception of it, because I've
100%
heard it talked about forever.
Yeah.
So I read on the Wikipedia page that Turgidson, what's his name? Who's the actor?
George C. Scott.
Yeah, George C. Scott and Kubrick did not kind of jive on what the character was going to be. And so Kubrick made George C. Scott do these like really outlandish practice takes that he swore to him he wouldn't use, but that is what he mostly used for his character, because George C. Scott is like such a serious actor that, and I didn't know that about George C. Scott. So I thought like, well, this guy's like a comedy genius. Yeah. Like this is... It's funny.
It's probably one of the greatest things a director has ever done. Like I was thinking about it while I was watching it, to like trick him into doing this is genius. It's like he knew that like what he needed to do was to have this.
He wasn't going to be comfortable. Yeah.
And it's like,
exactly.
That's what a director is like.
And then George C. Scott said, I will never work with Kubrick again, because of course he's broken his trust and he can't ever trust him again. But
you're exactly right, Kate, that it's like one of the greatest comedic performances ever. And it's like, he's not a comedian. And that's exactly why it's so like when he falls, when he's backing up and he just like does that little backwards roll and stands up, is like, that's as good as a pratfall as we've seen on this fucking podcast. Like,
since what was our musical we all loved, Singing in the Rain, where they do that whole
the pratfall dance.
Yeah, the pratfall dance. I'm so glad we watched that. I'm so glad that we create this time to revisit these wonderful gems of our culture. And it's nice to have it during this time when things seem so negative and hopeless. It's nice to remember that
I would never have watched any of this stuff.
Yeah, that art and the human spirit prevail.
Also, I had no idea like that famous clip of like the guy riding the bomb came from this movie.
That's like the only thing I did know. Yeah. We haven't talked about Peter Sellers at all.
Wow. We should. He's pretty incredible how different all three of these guys are. And I think I appreciated it more this time than ever, how especially his Air Force captain is such good acting. He plays like as he's slowly realizing that Ripper is crazy, and he just keeps making these noises like, and it's just like so fucking good. And then you see when he transitions to the president, it's like a totally different guy, completely different.
More like Peter Byers.
Ooh,
What?
More like Peter Byers.
Like Peter Byers, because I'm buying all the stock that he has.
Sellers, Kate.
Oh,
pretty good, eh?
It was fine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll take it.
I thought he did a good job of playing an American politician.
Mm-hmm.
Like his energy seemed appropriate for that. And then the like bad Nazi doctor is just weird. He's just a weird character, just the evil Dr. Evil. Like,
yeah, but yeah, I know what you mean, but I mean,
no, I liked it. I'm not complaining. It's just like,
I know.
But now that we've seen that character so many times, I think it has
imagine this for the first time in the 60s, like in the theater. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, who's this guy?
Especially like at the end when he's like, his hand is turning his wheelchair away from them and stuff like that. And you can just see like, you could just see the background actors trying so fucking hard not to laugh, especially the Russian ambassador. He has the hardest job in the movie where he has to like sit next to Peter Sellers basically for the whole movie and look like he's worried the world is about to get blown up. But Peter Sellers is being so funny and you can just see him fucking fighting. Just
what a terrible
for his
job.
life.
That'd be hard.
Oh, impossible. When he's on the phone and he's just improvising all that shit. Like when he does the line when he's like, the bomb, Dmitri. The nuclear bomb. Like it would be so hard not to laugh.
The toy plane that played the bomber plane, that looked better than 98% of all CGI.
I prefer it. I honestly prefer it.
That toy plane looked better than anything in the Marvel movies or anything like that, or Transformer
I completely
movies.
agree.
I'd rather watch a model plane on strings than the Hulk, Incredible Hulk.
Yep, me too. Yep, me too. I could watch that opening scene of the planes, the like very erotic, like plane refueling in the air. I'd rather watch that than any Marvel.
That was erotic. Why was that so erotic?
I think I think a lot of this movie is a lot about it's a lot of penis work in this movie.
That
you
is
know what I'm saying?
What did the general of what was his delusion? I forget what his delusion was about the waters, about the
precious bodily fluids.
Yes, precious bodily fluids. Yeah, and he became aware of it during the physical act of love because he got really tired after, and he's like, that's when he realized that the commies were fluoridating the water.
Fluoridating, that's it. That just mean fluoride?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then again, it's like he's obviously like RFK. You know what I mean? Like this crazy ass motherfucker who's worried about fluoride in the water and like losing his goddamn mind. Like it's just so like
it's incredible how like it's just all the people say the world's a stage. It's like this is perfect evidence of it.
Art imitates life and life imitates art.
It's almost 60 years later, and the current administration is exactly like the cast of Dr. Strangelove, which is insane.
Well, I hope we get a few more years without thermonuclear war.
Me too. Yeah.
I'm not confident. So
I think that scene, there's a scene that's like the moment when everybody, including Peter Sellers, realizes Ripper's crazy, and it's filmed in such an interesting way. I was like, while I was watching this, I'm like, Kubrick is a genius. Mm-hmm. It's the whole scene takes place with the camera sitting behind Ripper. So it's like from behind Ripper's desk, and you just see Peter Sellers walk up to the desk with the radio, and he's like, look at this, the radio's playing music. Like there's no war if the stations are playing music. And they have this conversation. The camera does not move at all for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And then the first cut is directly under Ripper's face. That crazy shot of like him from under the desk with that super stark lighting. And it's like so fucking jarring to go from this big wide shot where you can see the whole room to just like right in his face. And he's like, Mandrake.
It's so beautifully shot.
Yeah, one of the best ever.
It's just so beautifully shot. And you can really tell the difference between someone who's a real connoisseur, real professional director, and then someone that, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a photographer. I think that's the thing about Kubrick that makes him like particularly special, is that he is a photographer. So he makes every frame a photograph, and that's like we don't do that anymore. And we also don't, the pacing of editing has gotten so crazy compared to these old movies. They make so many cuts that it steals part of the momentum of movies, because this one starts really long shots, and then as the movie gets to the end and it gets more and more intense, then it starts doing a lot more cuts, and it's like cutting back and forth, and we're in the plane and we're up in the plane and we're down in the plane. But like that first scene when you get introduced to General Buck Turgidson, it's a phone call and his secretary answers the phone, and the whole shot just stays completely still on her talking on the phone, yelling at him in the bathroom. In a new movie, they'd flip to him in the bathroom and he'd be looking in the mirror, and they flip back to her, and then they flip to him and he'd be shaving. They flip back to her. They just stay on her the whole time. He just yells from off screen. And the entire scene is just that one shot. It's like a little play.
I loved it. I like it. And it reminds me of my favorite director, Wes Anderson, because he kind of does stuff exactly like that.
Really good gum work from George C. Scott, and really good phone work from everybody. Everybody in this movie is doing phone work. Peter Sellers.
A lost art, phone acting, lost art.
The timing, they're saying a thing and they're waiting the exact right amount of time before they say another thing. They're really nailing it.
Do we have a quiz?
Are you guys ready for the Doctor Strange 7?
For sure.
I feel like I'm don't want to call my shot, but
Listen, all of my questions can be answered. You know, you didn't need to do any exterior research. It's all there. So let's see.
Gotcha.
We will go Kate first and then Brent. Question number 1. What is the name of General Ripper's Air Force Base? Burpleson, Burpleton, Burpleman, or Burple Field? And we'll start with Kate.
Burpleson.
I'm going to say A.
You are both correct, and you're off to a great start.
Good job, Kate. Good job, Kate.
Great job, Brent.
Thank you.
Major Kong says he's been to a number of places during one of his speeches. What place did I make up? He says, I've been to a world fair, a picnic, a barbecue, and a rodeo. Which one of those did I make up?
Picnic.
World Fair.
I'm on the board. The correct answer was a barbecue. He said, I've been to one world fair, a picnic, and a rodeo, and that's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
God damn it.
Tie game. Okay. Plan R was created after a certain senator made a big hassle about the American deterrent lacking credibility. What was the name of the senator? Mumford, Buford, Clifford, or Crawford?
Buford.
Crawford.
Catherine is correct. It was Buford.
Don't like that. Don't like
doing
that.
Good. Elite.
But I won't. I'll get all of these.
Oh no, she did the trick.
I'll not get any of these now, and Brent will win.
Let's wrap it up. Series is over.
Don't like that.
They need to find the 3-letter code to recall the aircraft. How many 3-letter permutations does Buck say they have to go through? 15,000, 16,000, 17,000, or 18,000?
17,000?
I'm going to strategically guess the same answer. 17,000.
Kate, we could have used a mind like you in the war room because that was great strategy. You're both correct. It was 17,000.
Did you know it was the answer, or you just did strategy?
I had no idea.
Here's the thing, Brent. She thought your deterrent lacked credibility, it seems like. Kind of embarrassing. The pilots open their survival kits. What item is not in the kit? Iodine pills, vitamin pills, pep pills, or sleeping pills?
Sleeping pills.
Oh, man. This is tough. Can I talk it out?
Talk it out.
Kate Gaze first. Okay, so I know pep pills is there. I know iodine was there. I'm down between vitamin and sleeping. If I guess sleeping, I have nothing to gain. But if I guess vitamins, I'm going B, vitamins.
I get the point. It was iodine pills. I tricked you with an old style medicine that sounds like it's in the 60s.
I would have bet my mortgage, my car, everything that iodine was said.
Vitamin pills, pep pills, sleeping pills. 18 packages of gum. 7 prophylactics. 3 lipstick.
I love when we do a movie that Nate is passionate about because he does all the voices.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean. How does the Russian ambassador take his eggs? Hard-boiled, poached, over easy, or scrambled?
Over easy?
I'm going to guess over easy.
You bastard.
I've just tied up the game. He, of course, a Russian, wanted his eggs poached, the most Russian of egg servings.
That's what I was going to guess. If I was to guess first, I would have said poached, but I had to do
what
it.
Happened.
Well, that's okay. It's fine. You're still not winning. So, like,
It's
I'm
3-3-2.
Oh, so that makes it okay. Good. Okay, good. No,
makes it clear.
Good.
Yeah, you understand where the allies are, where the
good
treaties
I'm glad
exist.
That was said. I'm glad that was said. That drew a clear line on what has to happen.
Yep. One last chance, Brent.
Yep.
This is the last question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
General Ripper thinks they are going to start fluoridating all sorts of products. Which item does he not mention? Flour, fruit juices, peanut butter, or soup?
Peanut butter.
Fuck. I'm down between peanut butter and soup. I can't win by saying peanut butter, so I have to go with soup.
You were cooked either way, Brent, because Kate called her shot at question 3 when she did the trick. It was, of course, peanut butter. There's only one thing left to do, and that is K-A-T-E. Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
Underline.
I love how Brent just barely phoned that in for me.
Yeah.
And I am delighted
barely bring himself to do it.
to have won. It has been a very long time since I won a quiz. Thank you so much.
That was here. I'm going to give you your flowers. That was the most cerebral quiz that you've done. You were a silent assassin. You counter punched everything that I did. You knew strategy wise when to guess mine, when to guess yours. It was a clinic. You put a clinic on. It was well done, well deserved. To bring back a little old bit, it was.
Oh, she hits with the assassin shush.
Yeah, she got me with it. She knew what she's doing. The minute the question, she's like, I don't know the answer, but I want to pick Brent's answer because he can't gain traction. And that was good.
I play to win.
That was the moment.
I play to win. I'm like Moneyball.
She outflanked you, bro.
I want runners on bases.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
There you go. How I describe Kate to everybody. Oh, Kate, she wants runners on bases.
Well, I give us all a gold medal for our performance so far on this show. Would you guys like to give out any medals?
Yes, I'd like to give out the silver medal.
Well, I'm going to give out the bronze.
Bronze medals. Such great performances.
This is actually
around.
hard for me. I'm still undecided up to this moment. I've been thinking about it so much. Like there's one that seems obvious, but then there's another one that's okay. Bronze medals. Who are you guys going to give your bronze medal to?
I'm going to give my bronze medal to the only woman that was in this film, Tracy Reed, who played the beautiful lover / admin assistant to the general.
She is fantastic in the movie. She does great phone work, and
Great
she's so
phone
like
acting.
that like transatlantic accent of the 60s, like hello.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure thing.
See the voices.
I can't stop.
She did great phone work, great bikini work. She reminded me of Don Draper's wife.
Totally.
Megan.
Totally.
That's who she reminded me of. That's a good call. I gotta think if that's gonna get my no, it doesn't get my gold. Or my bronze. It's going to Slim Pickens, played the pilot of the bomber. Lots of good funny lines. Dressed ridiculously, flying a plane. Doesn't really panic. Knows what to do. His description of the survival kits was great, and of course, riding the bomb out at the end, he died the way he wanted to. There you go.
Mine's going to go to Sterling Hayden. I'm going to give my bronze medal to Sterling Hayden. I think he is so intense in this movie. And like once that camera gets under his face, it's just one of those things. It's like, I can see it in my mind right now. It's so intense and so like stark. And he seems fully fucking insane in this movie. He's great.
Mm-hmm.
Silver medals.
My silver medal goes to George C. Scott, Mr. Turgid, General Turgid. I think the word turgid is one of my favorite words. And so I love that was his turgid son, excuse me, right? Turgid son.
Yeah.
Yeah, George C. Scott. I have not seen anything that he's in. I can see why he is beloved. He's a great actor, and he's hilarious in this. Just very funny. And apparently he didn't want to be, so that's too bad for him.
Yeah, my silver's going to the guy who played Turgison. He was I'm just reading the movies he was in: Patton, Christmas Carol, Exorcist 2 or 3. He was excellent in this. Very much reminded me of a Tim Robinson character, which is never a bad thing. The only thing that bothers me about it is that's not what he wanted it to be. He had to be tricked into doing that. Mm-hmm. But one does wonder, if he did want it to be that, would it be as good? So it worked out well for everybody. Silver medal.
You convinced me, Brent, actually. Because I think it is my favorite performance out of all the performances in the movie is George C. Scott's, but because he was tricked, he wasn't doing it on purpose. Like Peter Sellers was doing all that on purpose for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with you guys. Turkey sandwich. I'm giving my silver to George C. Scott. He's unbelievable in this movie. Silver medal, and then I'll just start us off and say I'm obviously giving my gold to Peter Sellers. It's crazy guy. 3 roles,
and they're all different.
Good?
And it just one of our greats for sure.
Yeah, I want to give him my gold too. He wouldn't have got it he was got it because he did 3 roles that were super different, and they were all funny and they were all interesting. Yeah, that's 3-way gold for Mr. Sellers.
Yeah, that's a turkey sandwich. That's a Taylor sister. That's a Cerberus and a Hydra.
What happened to?
I can't remember.
Well, how did he died of a heart attack? Yeah, I don't know a lot about.
Yeah, everyone
Peter
in this
Sellers.
movie is alcoholic. Almost every single person in this movie is a terrible alcoholic.
Oh, really?
All died because of it.
Oh, that's too bad. Everybody chill out on your drinking. You know what
Everyone's
I mean?
got to chill out, smoke a little weed, hit the pen.
chill out on the
nature
drinking.
walk.
It depends. Take a nature walk. Nothing wrong going for a walk in the nature.
Also, you can raw dog life too, and maybe get
That's
a hug from
allowed.
somebody.
Maybe just crack a Diet Coke.
Yeah. Now we're gonna rate it.
It's time to rate it up, guys. I give us a 10 out of 10 for our last segment. Let's give this movie a rating. The script for this movie, one of the wildest movies you'll ever see. What do you guys think about the script for this movie? It was loosely based on a book.
I think it's hits the nail right on the head for what it is. I'm giving it a 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a 10. I love how it all just kind of worked together.
It captured human folly so accurately that you can 60 years later just graft on current figures to be like, oh yeah, he's like this guy, and oh yeah, he's like this guy. That's pretty crazy. That's a 10 for me. The art direction for this movie, the sets, the props, the costumes, the war room that fucking Reagan thought was real. Slim Pickens cowboy hat.
It gets a 10. It's iconic. It's iconic.
The U.S. military investigated everybody working on the film because the planes were so accurate. They were like, how the fuck did you guys know all this shit?
What? That's funny. Yeah. That's dumb.
That's a 10
I'm giving it a 10. It showed how they made the planes too complicated. I mean, you guys know I'm a big believer.
Yep.
It actually portrayed planes, too many buttons, too many knobs, too many things.
Yeah,
no one can keep track of all that stuff in real time. Not needed, just made for confusion. So everybody can have a job and hold a clipboard.
I think planes are showing off.
Yeah.
6 buttons max.
Yeah, try the first fuse, try the backup fuse. Y'all made a backup fuse?
Can we turn it off and turn it back on?
6 buttons is all you need on a plane. And but I mean the costumes and how crazy everything was, it gets a 10 for me.
Yeah. I would have usually mentioned during the other segment, I was in hog heaven with all these knobs and switches. Every time they turn a dial and bold writing and real tactile switches, you can hear every single one. Click, 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 click.
Uh-huh.
Hell yeah, 10 for me. The music for this movie, one long motif of the ants go marching in, basically, and then a very iconic needle drop at the very end of the movie. What did you guys think of the music for this movie?
These are not my favorite kind of songs, but I'm also living in 2025. And I thought it hit the tone correctly. I'm going to give it a 9.
I disagree. I think they didn't hit the tone with what they're trying to do. I get that it's a war movie, but if you're going to mock something, you kind of need some mocking music in there, in my opinion. Yeah, something like that would have been nice, or any kind of some country music for Slim Pickens, something. Just give me something. Don't give me the military stuff. I give that a 8.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's better than I thought you would give it. And I don't think it's perfect either. I will go with Kate. I'll give it a 9. Because it's it totally works and it doesn't distract, but it also doesn't completely.
Everything else is so impressive and so interesting and dynamic. And then that kind of,
But I do love them playing We'll Meet Again Someday at the end of the movie. The first time I watched it, I remember the moment I was watching it with my friend Josh, one of my oldest friends, and we were 13. And the bombs start going off and that song starts playing and we just looked at each other what the fuck is going on? What is happening right now?
It's awesome.
I'll remember that the rest of my life. The genre for this movie, I better look that up. It's got a bunch of words. It's a political satire, black comedy. It's got to be a political satire and it's got to be a black comedy. That's an easy one for me. It's
that's a 10
for me.
That's a 10
Yeah,
for me, too.
that's a 10. It's satires, politics.
It's black
it's a
as
black
hell.
comedy.
And it's genuinely funny.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's laugh out loud funny and scarily accurate.
Mm.
It's got the like crazy like zaniness, but then it's also got these like little like slow burner lines, like when they ask him like why they didn't tell him about the doomsday device, and the Russian ambassador's like, well, he was gonna announce it on Monday. You know how much he likes surprises. It's just like so like it's not a big laugh out loud moment. It's just so dark and like funny, but 10. Easy 10. And then this is gonna do well. It's my theme this month. It's actors playing more than one role at once. This is Eddie Murphy. He owes him a lot. Jim Carrey owes him a lot. Martin Lawrence owes him a lot. This guy really did it. 10.
For sure. He played 3 different people wonderfully. It's a 10.
Yeah, anybody can play 3 different roles, but you got to do 3 different roles well. And to the point where if you really weren't paying attention or you didn't know it was a theme month,
for sure, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't have known it was the same actor playing all 3 roles. So he brings something different to each one of them, which is great. That's a 10.
That's a
gotta
10.
be. Well, this movie's got a fantastic score. It's got 48.7. The only thing it didn't nail was the music. But other than that, it's like, what a movie. And I'm so glad you guys liked it. It was one of those moments where it's like, I have no idea. I could have seen like Kate being like, it's too depressing. Like, I'm so sad. Or, it could have gone either way. So I'm glad you guys liked it.
It was funny. It was funny. Yeah, it was funnier than I thought it would be.
Oh, and I'm calling my shot that this episode was recorded on the day that the Toronto Blue Jays eliminate the New York Yankees from playoffs.
Oh, God, I fucking hope so. And I'll know later whether that's embarrassing or not. And I'll cut it if it is embarrassing for us, Brent.
Perfect.
So you're good either way.
This 1-2 pitch. There it is! The Toronto Blue Jays have punched their ticket to the championship series.
Who's going to go next?
Kate?
I can.
What are we going to watch next week, Kate?
There's a lot of times where, this is the time of the year where you can celebrate a number of holidays,
Mm-hmm.
Want to name some for us?
Well, you could celebrate Halloween or Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Sure.
Sure.
Hold on. I'm trying to find my notes. Actually, I prefaced this the wrong way. Let me just forget everything I just said. It has nothing. It was not. I chose a different movie. It's not a holiday movie. We're going to watch a classic that has some light. He plays a couple roles. They're not as heavy as he's played in other movies. We're going to watch Coming to America.
Oh, cannot wait. I was so hoping that one of you two would choose this movie specifically.
Are you kidding? Well, I'm choosing it. Coming to America.
I'm so excited.
1988, Eddie Murphy.
Never watched it.
Oh,
Brent, you're going to love this. Is a Brent movie for sure.
Okay, good. I'm excited.
Sexual chocolate.
I'm looking forward to that. I love Eddie Murphy, and I don't think we've had an Eddie Murphy movie. Oh, we did Life. That's the only Eddie Murphy we've had so far.
That was very early on in the pod.
That was our 3rd movie ever.
Wow.
Early pod move.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that. And that means all that's left to do is say good night, Kate.
Good night, Catherine.
Good night, Kate.
Now on video cassette, this is Eddie Murphy. And this is Eddie Murphy.
What is that, velvet?
But this is not. Eddie Murphy. In Coming to America. Now on video cassette from Paramount.
I didn't think about how this could turn around into what it has become, and I should have anticipated this.